Top 10 most expensive cities in the world. Do you know that traveling makes your life happier and better in so many ways? Traveling teaches you more about life than your 8 a.m. class or the subject you dropped out of at school. There are some places that you can easily travel to, and then there are some places that if you want to travel to, you can't because they are really expensive. The food is expensive, the rent is expensive, everything is just expensive. But if you have money, these are some of the cities you should definitely visit, so make notes. Before we head on, make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel, The Real Luxury Affair, so you don't miss out on any updates. Well, ever since COVID has reshaped the world, the economic crisis most countries faced made them drop from the top niche to the lowest in ranking, just like the City of Love, Paris, which recently dropped down the list. But whatever happened, it is still safe to say that Asia still made it to the top of the most expensive continent. So if you're planning a vacation, you better watch out till the end, as we made it easy for you to decide where you'd like to go. Now let's have a look. At number 10, we have Seoul. Seoul is the capital of South Korea, and if you're a fan of K-dramas, then you definitely must have heard of it or seen it. Seoul has everything from pop culture to high-tech subways, modern skyscrapers to famous street markets. The average cost of living here is around $1,400. Seoul is 23.18% less expensive than New York. The reason you see Seoul on the list is because of its heavy housing costs and security deposits. Seoul is a mix of high and low classes. If you find transport and eating out cheap, then the cost of groceries will be good enough to overcome what you saved. Seoul is the city of expensive cakes, so celebrate your birthday a little earlier if you want to visit Seoul. Even so, the price of milk is 2 times higher than that in the UK. Its rich agriculture contributes to most of the high prices. At number 9, we have Paris. I mean, how could we miss this one? Not a chance at all. Paris has always been a dream for everyone. The beauty of the glorious nights in Paris comes at just $188 per day. That's not that much, right? I mean, just a few dollars less than what I make in a day, then why not? Paris is one of the busiest cities in terms of tourists. Each year, millions of people pay millions of dollars to see the sight of the Great Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, and the Louvre. For the single person, it breaks down to $966 per month without rent. Paris can be pretty pricey, but it's still a dream destination, so the prices of everything are always on the high side. Eating out can be as costly as €100 for a fancy restaurant, so save a lot if you plan on going there. At number 8 is Beijing. Beijing, being the capital of China, has almost 20 million people living there, but living in the capital city isn't a piece of cake. Beijing is known for its historic cultural sites and also for its modern architecture. The city has been preserved in the best way in the temples, palaces, parks, and of course the food. For many years after Shanghai, Beijing has been the highest earning city for many years as it is the most attractive to tourists. Life in Beijing is not affordable if you want a certain standard of comfort and luxury. On average, a single person has to spend $703 a month without housing to survive. Property prices in Beijing are at their highest since the GDP increased by 800% in recent years. I'm not paying that much to see the same face everywhere. Guys, the resemblance is outrageous. If you plan to go, don't forget to try their roasted duck. Next, we have another Chinese city, Shanghai. China, with its fast pace, is already making its place at the top of all categories. Shanghai, China, recently became the most expensive city in China. Shanghai, China, recently became the most expensive city in China and the world's 7th most expensive city. Shanghai is extremely expensive. You might not realize it, but you might currently spend twice as much and may end up in debt if you aren't careful over there. And next is Tokyo. Well, what should I say here? Japan is already popular for its low cost of living. Japan was named the most desirable country to live in 2020, which appears to be the reason for its high cost of living. Apart from that, Japan has a lot to offer. It does serve you with quality of life, so the price for it seems fair to us. You get good value for what you pay for in Tokyo, so it's not shocking to know it's the most preferred city for 2 consecutive years. So if you're looking to be served with what is shown in the picture, Tokyo is your thing. I'll be back. I'm packing my bags. Next up is my favorite city, London. London's Big Ben and the busy streets of Westminster will definitely catch your eye. The royalty of this place has its own spark. The rich culture, the double-decker buses we all admire in the movies, phone booths, the world-class museums and whatnot. London offers all the fun but with heavy duty. Londoners on average spend half their monthly income on rent. To afford a decent lifestyle where you eat out at least once a month, you must be earning up to £2,000 or £3,000. Don't worry guys, we'll keep you updated on all the part-time jobs. Moving on, Tel Aviv, Israel. From the finest hotels and restaurants to the most beautiful sights, Tel Aviv has it all. But it all comes with a very heavy price tag along with it. Tel Aviv is known to be the largest city in Israel and is famous for its tourism. The 4th most expensive city, the average monthly rent here is estimated at $1,800 without any other utilities. It's 15.4% less expensive than New York, but you alone would still need to spend $1,100 approximately per month without rent. And the number 3 spot is taken by New York. Big city, bright lights, and high rents. To rent even a 2-bedroom apartment, you need to give up on 80% of your basic income. New York does seem like the hero of all movies, and the main characters are always paid more, so don't think of it as any less expensive. New York has the charm of city life, but if you even buy a drink there, it's going to cost you an arm. You can save your leg for dinner. On average, you'll need to spend $250 to $350 just for your meals and local transport. If the budget allows after this, you can do the remaining budgeting. But don't worry guys, if you still want to visit New York for a vacation, we can do a tour video for you someday. Moving on to the 2nd most expensive city, Zurich. En route to the north of Switzerland, you'll see the beautiful Lake of Zurich. Zurich is known to be one of the most expensive cities in Europe. The views there might be worth it, but life is hella expensive considering it's the financial capital of Switzerland and also a prominent trade center. As you can already tell by the name, Zurich is the home of the billionaires of Switzerland. And you and I are definitely not one of them. But the beauty there seems to attract all. Money can surely buy you happiness there, or at least a life in Zurich. If you decide to move to Zurich, make sure to save up to $1,610 per month to survive there. Of course, that doesn't include your rent, and don't even think of exploring the place because the basic utilities won't leave you a penny. Time to see the city which takes the first spot, Hong Kong. With the cost of living, rentals, food and utilities, taxation, and the strength of the local currency, one can only dream of life in Hong Kong. That too might cost you money. Hong Kong and its competitive housing market contribute most to its being the most expensive city. You can either get a house or, buy yourself some food. If you're like me and you like to eat, you'll probably be living on the streets the next day. Well, if I've ruined your plan for a vacation to any of these cities, then all I can do is apologize. There's been a drastic change to the list after the pandemic, as lots of cities were struggling to survive. COVID has been a major factor in the downfall, and we hope that everyone recovers from it. Until then, you can save up and plan your trips later, or you can eat fries and chicken and be happy. We hope you liked the video, and if you did, hit the like button, click on the thumbs up, and stay tuned for more of our videos. If you haven't checked out the previous videos, make sure to head over to our channel for more interesting content, and also let us know in the comments which top 10 videos you'd like to see. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more content. See you in the next video.